Hi guys, so I just realised I spoke pretty much about the whole book that I'm reviewing today and I wasn't even recording. But anyway, I'm here today to do a book review of the second book in the Wardstone Chronicles, I believe it's called, which is The Spook's Curse by Joseph Delaney. Now, I think after this review, if I decide to review the other books in the series, I'm going to make them more discussion spoilery videos, because I think when you're trying to give us no spoiler review for a book that's in the middle of a series, it can be pretty awkward. So after that, I think I'm going to do discussions. But yeah, if you haven't already seen my review on The Spook's Apprentice, which is the first book in the series, I have that link down below for you too. So because this is a second in the series, I don't want to go too much in the plot or the storyline too much, because I don't want to ruin anything for you, because that's always a bummer when that happens. So yeah, let's just get started. I absolutely love the fact that Delaney kept the character profiles and sort of symbols in the beginning of the book, as well as Tom's journal at the back with his notes. I thought that was awesome. It makes for good referencing, and it's just a nice little bit of charisma for the book that makes it more lovable. I also quickly mention that I love how the whole book itself is kind of like a diary entry, but not in the sense where it's like Dear Diary. It's more like at the end of the story, Tom will say, now this is like from my memory, yada yada yada. So I like that it keeps that feel there. It's really cool. I really enjoy that, although I can definitely see this book is aimed at more younger readers, maybe like middle grade. It still gives me a sense of thrill and suspense, and I think that's awesome, because I'm assuming as an older reader I'm not the target audience for Joseph Delaney. But it's awesome that as an author, his writing has still managed to grip me and make me feel those emotions. I mean, it's definitely not scary by, any case, but I can still feel that kind of shiver, if you know what I'm saying. I also find that these books so far are really easy to read through. It might just be the fact that it is like a middle grade book as well, but I read this in about 2 to 3 days. It's still captivating, but it's such a quick read, and I think that's something great, especially coming from reading quite a heavy duty factish kind of book. It's great to just pick this up and be able to breeze through it and really enjoy it, which I did. So this does continue the story with Tom becoming the apprentice to the spook, but I just loved how in the second novel he was definitely more independent, and you can kind of see a bit of arguments rising between the spook and Tom, and that definitely got you to see him as a character, how he goes about choosing his own decisions and stuff. And I think it's a great bit of character building there. You can see Tom for who he really is and what kind of spook that he may be in the future. Even though Tom's family wasn't so much featured in this book, when it was referred to, it was really interesting to see Mam's story kind of express itself. At the beginning of the series, she was definitely, I want to say an enigma, but I don't really know what that means. She was definitely a mystery, and that's really unravelled in this second novel. You really get to hear her backstory, and it's really interesting. So that was a great part of the book, because it helped Tom in future problems, I almost want to call it. Although I really loved this book, I did find that the beginning third or so, it was definitely lacking in the vivid descriptions that The Spook's Apprentice, which is the first book, had. After a while, after that first awkward third of the book, it definitely picked up its descriptions again. I did feel like I could visualise it better, but there were still some little points where I was just like, I can't really imagine that. So that was slipping a little bit in this book when I'm comparing it with the first book, but it was still good in describing. I just couldn't visualise it as clearly as I had hoped I could. So yeah, I really enjoyed The Spook's Curse. If I haven't said already, the review for the first book I've linked down below, so you can watch that if you want. Or yeah, so I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!